Howdy! PSD and its shows are mostly supported by you guys. If you like what we do, make sure to rate the podcast wherever you listen, subscribe if you haven't, share your favorite moments and episodes with friends, and check out our Patreon if you want to give us some financial support, as well as getting a little something in return. All of that stuff helps like you wouldn't believe. Thanks so much for everything, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of Please Stop Talking.
Speaking of Hitler in a box.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
He's not in a box. They never recovered the ashes. But what if they did recover the ashes and that's what they put inside of the Haze mints that I'm going to eat right now?
You're eating the Haze mints?
I'm eating another Haze mint, yeah.
I feel like that's like a biological risk.
Are you going to keep any just boxed up forever?
Yeah, absolutely. I just also...
Are they 10 years old?
Yeah, they're about 10 years old. They're Haze mints.
Is there any mint flavor left on them?
No, but you can definitely get... It's just caffeine and sugar.
Ooh.
There's caffeine in
There's
them?
caffeinated mints. Well, because this came out, the Haze mints came...
Call it nectar, please.
The nectar mints came out during a time where they were putting caffeine in everything, where you go to like thinking.com and buy like a bar of caffeinated gamer soap, caffeinated hand sanitizer, like everything had caffeine in it.
Yeah, and then they replaced that with CBD.
Is ThinkGeek still a thing?
Not really. GameStop kind of bought them and then gutted them.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
I used to go on there and just be like, damn, I want to buy this shit so bad.
Bro, I can't wait to buy the head crab plushie, like pull all the plushing stuffing out of it, wear it on my head, suffocate myself with it.
I would look at the fucking awesome geek memes, like arrow to the knee, and I would clap my little fucking hands.
Nowadays,
bro.
Somebody's geeking on the Galaxy Gas, but back in my day, I used to be geeking on diet soda and a little bit of gaming.
Geeking on the Galaxy Gas I got in my loot crate.
Six Mountain Dews in one night, bro.
Back in the day, everything was caffeinated. Then everything was CBD. Now everything is fucking.
Now everything is
CO2
whippets. I
canisters.
can't believe it, dude.
Now
Everything is
fucking
whippets.
whippets. Bro, I can't go anywhere. My fucking shampoo has whippets in it. My shampoo has CO2
I can't
in it.
believe it, dude. It's like those everything is cake videos, but every time I turn around, there's some like 18-year-old kid wearing like Jujutsu Kaisen merch, hitting the fucking vanilla cupcake Galaxy Gas container, going, bro, domain expansion.
What are the next microplastics?
What are the next?
The next microplastics?
Yeah, like it went asbestos, lead, then microplastics. What's next?
Bro, I'm talking to the Prince of all Cosmos, getting him up in my balls. He's rolling up all the microplastics into macroplastics.
I want a new passive poison. I'm sick of all this old shit, man.
I don't want passive poison. I want aggressive poison, and I want it now.
Well, I want one that's ever present all the time and will show its effects roughly 3 decades from now.
I want witches in the street with cauldrons, making dubious concoctions, throwing people into the poison pits. We are not the same.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. It's the October.
Tis the season to toil, trouble, boil. I don't remember.
You don't remember toil? Fuck, you fucked me up, dude.
Fuck you. I don't remember it. What is it?
Holy shit.
Boil, trouble.
Boil, toil, and trouble.
Boil.
Make that ass shake, make it bubble.
Oh,
Is it a
yeah,
gotcha game?
Is there a witches gotcha game?
What the fuck, man? Everybody's horny for fucking witches all the time, dude.
October is like peak be horny for witches season, though.
I know. I'm not talking about sexy witches, so I'm talking like pus-covered bitches.
I know, but whenever you get hag maxing hoes.
Hey, don't call them that.
Ooh, hag maxing.
I'm hag maxing.
Hag maxing hoes, dude.
One of like the funniest things to me is that like hag maxing in the internet context is like being 30. Like,
Bro,
Damn,
yeah, I'm
Brendan.
literally hag maxing.
Yeah,
right
no,
now
I
at
fucking
31, I
agree,
know.
actually. All these fucking fossils.
Bro, I love the karmic state of 20s to 30s because the karmic state is this too shall pass for you. It's like my theory that if you make fun of people for being bald, it's more likely that you will be bald.
That's why I never make fun of anybody ever.
That's why I make fun of people who are bald, but only because I know I will be bald.
yeah, you've already been like inoculated. You've got nothing left to lose.
Like it's already happening.
Do you reckon the karmic retribution comes in losing facial hair on other places? Like maybe facial hair, chest hair.
And let me tell you, getting into my 30s, one of the absolute worst things is the weird little black hairs that will sprout all over your fucking body.
That's what I was gonna say, though. I feel like it does, as you grow older, as a male, you're gonna see hairs where you never knew you had them.
Bro, you're gonna be slapping there on your butt crack and screaming is what's gonna happen.
Oh, brother.
I'm hoping that being like Asian at all will like help counteract that, but I know it's not going to work all the way through.
It's not gonna work miracles, brother.
I know.
You can't hide behind your race forever.
I mean,
Yeah, stop using being Asian as a shield, you fuck.
Yeah, I want it to go back to being a target. That was a lot more fun.
I will say, fucking another moisturize your goddamn face. I'm gonna
So real.
moisturize your face and wash your face every fucking day, dude. Because especially if you're like,
I mean, in the morning, man, that's like the best time to do it. It wakes you up like you wouldn't believe, and then you
gotta do it. I just started doing it, and already the dark spots under my eyes are disappearing. And I know they were bad because 2 streams ago somebody asked me if I was wearing eyeliner because the dark circles under my eyes were that bad.
That's eyeliner maxing, though.
That's Beetlejuice maxing. I'm Beetlejuice,
Is everything
dude.
fucking maxing now? Is this where we've come to?
Everything is maxing. Everything is yapping.
This is literally the proto-archetypal talk to a podcast episode.
Oh, bro. Oh, brother. You thought you were listening to Please Stop Talking? Psych. You're listening to the Talk to.
Yeah, you are listening to the protoplasmal. Please start yapping.
Please start yapping. Welcome to the podcast. Speaking of hags, dude.
Yeah, it's my mom's birthday today. Thanks. You really wanted to?
I was never, not even in a billion years was I gonna say that.
We're all thinking it.
What the fuck?
Yourself, good lord.
Yeah, what? I love his mom. His mom is a great woman.
I really love your mom.
Hey, there's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
I
She's
that.
really
single.
love her
All I'm saying, my mom is single. She is not looking to mingle.
She's not looking to mingle, but is she looking to have another gay son? It'll happen, Brendan.
She adopts so many people. Like
That's why she's
add
amazing.
another one. Put another one in there. Throw another one into the mix.
Not in there.
Just throw another one in there. Bro, I'm sorry, but from the womb to the tomb.
Speaking of hags and tombs, I've been gardening lately. I feel like I've talked to you guys about it, but I don't think I talk about it on the podcast ever. I have
You growing bell peppers?
Fuck yeah, I do, man. I have a beautiful lot in the local garden, and it's like a giant. It is giant.
Billy,
Yes.
I feel like you've been like transformed into like a fanfic written version of the first time I met you.
What? What does that mean?
You were written like a fan version of a canon character. It's great.
What the AO3 goddamn shit are you fucking talking
seriously.
about?
Like, if
what
you-
is that? What are you? No, you have
If
to
you were
explain
if you
yourself.
were a character in a show,
A character, yes.
like the way that fans would write your character is who you are now compared to when I first met you. It's beautiful. Gay husband, podcast, garden.
Bro, this is just like that fucking fan fiction I read about Alucard's podcast. You're right, actually.
Either way, all that to say, I have a beautiful lot in a huge garden. I've never been somebody who talks to their neighbors. I just don't think it's, I don't know how, if it's just I feel like it's an American thing to hang out with your neighbors
No.
a bunch. Like, no?
No.
I think it's if you work from home, you are a lot less likely to have random like interactions with them through your commute crossing.
I guess so. I've been loving Thy Neighbor at my local garden recently, and these older women are so fucking mean. It's insane. They're all 70-year-olds, and they're like the nicest people to your face, but when they turn around, they're like this pill-popping bitch. And you're like, whoa! All right, Granny. Recently, we had to clear up our garden because, you know, it's end of the season. We had our beautiful haul. We had our tomatoes. We had our garlic. We had our bell peppers. We had everything. And while I was getting stuff off,
Pause.
Wait, were you jerking the plants?
That's basically what pollination is. So yeah.
I was cleaning up our fucking garden. Get your
What
mind
kind
out
of
of
mess were
the
you cleaning
gutter.
up? That's crazy.
Yeah, geez, what are you doing there?
I noticed that one of my neighbors had these tomato cages that were not rusted like the ones I'm using. So I was like, oh shit, I'll go. He seems old and dying. I will go ask him if I can have him. You laugh, but I swear to God, every fucking year when we go to the garden, our neighbor next to us, like she's like this fucking hilarious old woman. She comes to us and she like lists everybody that died at the garden this year, and as she's saying who died, she's like, her son was gay and she sucked, and she just lists the people that died and like starts talking shit about them, and then at the end she's like, it's a great loss. It's a big loss to the community. I saw those beautiful cages. I wanted them. I go to him. He's like this super old man, probably like 65-70. I just start talking to him and I'm like, oh, could I have your tomato cages? And he's like, oh yeah. And then we just start talking and he starts berating my garden because it's not efficient enough.
Wait, efficient enough? What the fuck was wrong? What does he mean efficient?
Oh, irrigation. I don't know. Like they all have something to say about fucking
If you were not
something.
running your home garden like a subsistence farm, then you are a failure.
That's literally how they talk about it. Like they'll be like, your fucking tomatoes aren't efficient enough. You need to use more fucking bone marrow you need to powder the bone marrow in there or whatever. And they're like,
Well, you played Minecraft. To be fair, you should have known that.
And we're just talking about tomatoes. We're just talking about stuff. Eventually, he just goes, hold on a minute. And I just look down. He has a shovel in his hand. I look down. There's a little marmot. There's a little marmot digging around his garden. Grabs the shovel, puts it under the marmot, under the fucking dirt, throws the dirt in the fucking air with the marmot in the air. The marmot is like doing fucking spins. And he Devil May Cry's fucking combos that thing on the ground and smashes the marmot on the...
juggled it?
He fucking air juggled it.
I gotta look up what a marmot looks like,
There is a little rodent. He just fucking threw it in the air and just smashed it down. And it just goes, wait! And after that, he just keeps talking to me about this fucking garden like he didn't just Devil May Cry murder that thing.
It's crazy.
I heard like a thing where like getting hurt as a wild animal is just raw as fuck because ain't no one helping you. You just gotta get the fuck back up.
He
bro.
wasn't hurt. He was fucking dead.
Yeah, these things are fucking
killed him.
tiny. You get hit with a shovel, it's over. Like, your whole fucking shit's rocked.
It just splatted on the floor, and then he kept talking to me about, like, how my dad should have taught me better about how to take care of fucking green beans, dude.
He probably makes his own bone meal by the sounds of it. Like, Jesus Christ. What
It's
the fuck is he
possible.
doing?
This is normal dealing with pest behavior.
I mean, it's no, it's not like I haven't seen this before. Like, it's pretty normal that they sometimes just murder an animal in front of you. Like, it's nothing. It flew into the air, man. Like, he fucking threw that thing in the air so high up and then just smashed it down with so much weight. And it was this frail old man.
Every year, my great grandpa would make it a competition where we'd go over to his house and we'd kill garter snakes in his backyard. He'd give us all implements and tools and like score us on how many snakes we killed. I don't know if I talked about that. I feel like I talked about this on the podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, it's like a thing. He had like a scoreboard for all the grandkids and all the great grandkids where like,
All right, what was the scoring matrix?
just kill the snake, you get a point.
But what if I killed like a bigger snake?
Doesn't matter. You kill the snake, you get a point.
Well, that's bullshit.
Not nearly as fleshed out a system as Parkour Civilization. Not even close.
We'd go down there. We'd get gardening implements. And we'd just start cutting snakes in half. Like there were a ton.
Gardening
You get a bunch of like a hoe, a shovel,
Nice.
like a spade.
What's your tier list for like most effective?
Probably a hoe because you could just snap it down.
Yeah.
How often would you do that?
I think we went up to because my family's younger, so like my grandma still had a good relationship with her dad, and we like to go there whenever I was with my grandparents. The last day, we'd always like take a day drive up there and then drive back, and I'd go back to my mom's or my dad's depending on who I was living with. So I go there like once every week, every couple of weeks.
Do gardener snakes eat like plants?
I don't know. I
Wouldn't
don't know
they
if it
be
was like
like-
a full pest thing or if he just liked to kill them. Like I don't.
Well, he didn't like to kill him. He liked you guys killing them.
Yeah, because he didn't have to do it. He'd just drink a beer and watch like the grandkids and the great grandkids running around killing snakes.
That's some Squid Games Imagineer shit.
Do you reckon he buys the snakes?
Oh.
So I gotta get them used to killing.
Shit, we culled the population too fast. I gotta artificially reintroduce them.
The pitch off on me. I'm like, man, you really like these snakes.
Actually, no, I don't.
I fucking hate them. What the fuck is Parkour Civilization? Kwite, you'll know.
Parkour Civilization is this 2-hour-long full feature-length video made in Minecraft, and it has one of the most rock-solid like magic systems I've ever seen in a world.
With some fucking Brandon Sanderson fiction.
It's really weird to me because it came out last year, and I just kept hearing people talking about it. And now when I looked it up like a few days ago, I just realized like, oh shit, it felt like a Shadow of Israfel, but like the peak times.
The zenith of that. Like
It's so weird.
It is built off of like actual Minecraft parkour mechanics, and it's like written in a lot of ways like a shonen, but like a good one where like the power creep doesn't get fucking ridiculous. The spectacle goes up, but it's always built like on the foundations it's laid out, and like it gets like really mechanically deep and subversive. It's fucking annoying how compelling it is.
Isn't like doing parkour a currency or some shit?
Yes. Parkour is currency in parkour civilization. Where the harder the parkour move you do, the more worth something is. Like, also, you can get parkour delivery to your house, so you can get like parkour routes built in your house to practice, and you have to pay the parkour delivery man in parkour, but you're expected to tip a la the U.S. service industry.
This shit is unbelievable, man. It's actually kind of it's kind of cool.
I sat there last night in like 4 hours straight. I watched the first one and the sequel. Then I watched like the behind the scenes notes by the guy who made it. Then I watched like the history of like the civilization simulations and how that plays into fucking like the modern version of the civilization. And basically, like, it's like someone on Twitter called it a meritocracy past its prime. And as a reason, it's like,
oh my god,
it has grown stagnant, and the illusion of being able to progress is maintained to like keep the facade alive, where only the man at the top is the truly free one.
It's a critique of capitalism. That's amazing.
Unironically, yes.
That's
yes, it is.
Crazy.
It is a critique of capitalism.
How's this got? It's got 25 million views as well. Holy shit!
It like dissects. You know how like Titanfall 2 like has a gimmick every level?
Yes.
And then it just like fucking like stretches it like till it's like a gaping asshole, and you've learned everything there is to learn about it by the end of a level.
Like a gaping asshole.
The concept of parkour as the baseline value for civilization, the ultimate currency, is explored in every fucking tangible way you can in this series across like the two different things. It's nuts.
Why has it gotten so? Because like I've seen this everywhere, and this thing's been out for like a year. Why is it like coming back now?
It was always popular numbers wise, and then Twitter kind of got a hold of it just because of like the beef and chicken in joke. And then when you actually look at it, the fact that it's like, even if you think it's corny, there's like substantive, like, so it has something to say is like insane.
Yeah.
Especially because it's in this format.
Yeah, I was like scrolling through the fucking video, and it's all first person. Like, so just first person fucking Minecraft parkour gameplay. That's amazing.
I'll probably watch it because it's so strange, and it seems very cozy.
I didn't talk about my Canada trip at all. I just realized.
Oh, go for it.
I had a fucking shitty airport experience, and I hate Texas now.
Oh yeah, didn't you get like locked down?
Oh yeah, I went to, so on the way over to Billy's wedding, I had a layover in Houston. Well, it wasn't supposed to be a layover. It was supposed to be like a transit from there to Chicago.
Yeah.
Where I was going to go meet up with another friend. When I fucking landed in Houston, it was like in the middle of like one of the fucking worst storms that they've had, I think. Lightning and shit going everywhere, and it was fucking up stuff. So my flights just were getting perpetually delayed, but they wouldn't just cancel the flight outright. They would go, oh, your flight's now from a different gate, and it's going to be in an hour's time. And I was like, oh, fuck. So, you'd get up, and if anyone's been to the Houston airport before, they'll know it's a fucking liminal space. Is that the one that's like the George Bush airport? Yeah, George Bush.
Yeah.
George Bush
Okay.
International Airport. Is it George W. Bush International Airport, or is it just George Bush?
God knows, they're all the same.
Except for Jeb. He's special.
Yeah, Jeb is special. That fucking airport sucks.
Fitting.
It's laid out like everywhere you go in the airport looks the same. There are no indicators that you're in a different space, other than like if it says terminal A, B, C, D, E on the side of the wall somewhere. But they all are like designed the same, have like fucking zero light. Like the lighting is just awful.
So it really is like you're playing a randomly generated liminal space game made in Unity.
Yes, literally like that. Like even down to the fucking textures being shit because it's all just fucking concrete.
The textures being trying to go to the food court, I literally fell through the world.
Who fucking made this game?
I keep fucking ragdolling on the escalator. Please, somebody call somebody.
Some more Steam shovelware crap.
So I'm like running between terminals because I'm like, oh fuck. There's no gauge on how long it's going to take to get anywhere or how far away places are. It'll just be like, oh, go this way to this terminal or go this way to get to this gate. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like I get up and like run over and then it's like, oh, actually it was like, you know, only 5 minutes. Or sometimes it'll be like 20 minutes away. I'm like, oh my God. As soon as you get there, you sit down for half an hour to an hour. And just as you think you're about to start boarding, they go, okay, your flight's delayed again by another hour. And it's also at another terminal again. And they did it about like 5 times. Like I think I arrived.
5 is ridiculous.
I arrived at like midday. I think it was like 9 p.m. before they finally called it. And they're like, all right, we're just canceling all of the flight. We're not, you guys aren't leaving.
I can't believe your airport made you do live service daily quests and then shut down the server.
Yes, they did. And then I had to fucking call like customer support to get a fucking shitty hotel room for the night over. And meanwhile, I'm like jet lagged as shit. I had done the I thought it was smart at the time. I was like, all right, I'm not going to sleep on my first leg of the flight because I'll get to Chicago around 11 p.m. and like I'll be tired, but I'll go to bed and then my sleep schedule will be like on a good track for like being in a different country. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll just like take the L the first night and get there at this time and just like sleep as soon as I get there. But little I know, fucking now I'm like on no sleep for fucking 24 hours in Houston airport wanting to kill myself. So they give me they like hand out these little business cards essentially with like a helpline to call. And like, so I rescheduled it the next day. And all the time I'm messaging Charlie, who I was going to go visit in Chicago, not to give away his assassination coordinates, but I'm messaging him like complaining. And then, so the hotel they put me up in, and I don't know anything about like American hotel chains or anything, is a Super 8.
Oh my God.
Hotel
Super 8 or Motel 8?
I don't know. One of the two.
That's pretty fucking bad.
No, isn't Super 8 the J.J. Abrams movie?
Super 8's the J.J. Abrams movie, but I don't know.
Motel 8 is
Super 8 is the one you're talking about. It's dog shit.
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, all the time I'm like communicating with Charlie, being like, oh, like this is what's happening. Sorry to fuck you around. Like you're not gonna pick me up this time. And so I was like telling him I went on the phone. I had to wait like ages for this customer support because I'm pretty sure every single person from my flight was calling them. I don't know what it was. So I messaged Charlie. I'm like, oh, they're putting me up in a Super 8. Like, is that any good? And he goes, oh, it's nothing fancy, but you'll be fine over the night.
You're really being nice, man. Super 8 is dog shit.
I like get out of the fucking I had to like figure out how to fucking leave the airport, which was a goddamn challenge because there's no fucking sign that just says exit this way. It's just like fire exit and stuff like that. I had to talk to this lady. I was also getting followed by this fucking old couple who are also on my flight who didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then they just like ended up just following me because they're like, would you know where the exit is? And they just like, they got so stressed out actually. It was like ridiculous. This couple were like,
oh no, that's so sad.
They're having a fight in the airport over like this stuff and complaining the entire time. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It made me feel a lot better about my situation.
Nothing to uplift you like the suffering of others.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially if they're old.
I fucking find my way out of this goddamn circus and get out into like what is the parking lot pickup drop off. It's a fucking rat maze. I like get outside and there's just roads everywhere, cars everywhere, and like people just packed to the brim on every corner. And I'm like trying to figure out how to get the fucking shuttle to, because the worst part is that the hotel was like 5 kilometers away max, if not like a little less, which is like a 20-30 minute walk, something like that.
You ain't walking shit in
But
Houston.
yeah, which I was like, oh, I'll just get out and walk to the airport. It'll give me some fresh air and stuff like that because I've been fucking cooped up inside a airport all day. But no, you can't walk anywhere. It's all just fucking roads, nothing but roads.
I never thought I'd get to hear the authentic experience of a European thinking that a walkable distance is walkable in like the South.
I couldn't believe it.
I never thought I'd get to hear that in real time.
But the thing is that after waiting like half an hour for a fucking shuttle, we're packed into this thing like sardines, and then we're like sent off, and I'm like looking outside and like thinking like, hey, why the fuck are we in this shuttle for so long? It's only like you know, this should be like a 5-minute drive, but it's so fucking inefficient. You have to do like 3 fucking loops to get out of the airport. I was like shitting myself. I was like, this is crazy. It's gonna take me like longer than it would have taken me to walk if I was given like a fucking path.
It's really fucking weird because that's like that's most US airports are like this, where you want to exit and it's just like, oh, you have to go through a loop and then you have to get out there and then there's like 5 fucking exits.
Yeah,
it's really like they're turns. So poorly constructed. Yeah,
it's the amount of like space that's allocated just for parking for people who are driving to the airport themselves to leave their cars there.
Yeah,
that's gotta be so expensive though.
Yeah,
it's super fucking. It's ridiculous.
I always Uber.
Shelby and I usually fly to Omaha or Minneapolis, and we always have to leave the car for as long as we're like there, and it's always like it's always so much.
But yeah, I finally get to the fucking hotel. I realized that Charlie's lied to me.
Yeah, no shit.
That it's not just like a middle of the road like motel or whatever. That's fine. It's like, oh no, this is like the cheapest, most dog shit thing they could fucking find me. When you go into a motel and the fucking front desk is behind plexiglass, I'm like, oh, this is.
Oh, I did.
I felt like I was...
this is a fierce to fathom game.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm going to prison, I guess,
or a hospital, or a morgue.
You're a hospital, or you know, just somewhere not good. And like all of the walls are blank. And like, there's like the fucking default, you've gone to IKEA and just grabbed the fucking picture frame and left whatever default thing was in there.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I have to wait in a line because everybody from my flight got the same fucking deal.
They shrank the numbers.
I'm surprised that Charlie told you it was fine, because I remember staying in a Motel 6 with him and we had somebody that kept trying to, oh no, it wasn't with him. I was in a Super 8 and somebody kept trying to get into our room all night. It was super fucking weird.
That was another thing. It's on the door. It has like a bolt and it's like, always keep bolted. Make sure you don't open the room door. I'm like, holy fuck, where the fuck am I?
Wait, there was a bolted room?
Well, it was like a door bolt, like like most hotel rooms will have them.
Oh, that okay.
But like,
I thought there was an extra door that was bolted in your room and they told you not to.
That would be crazy.
You say that's crazy, but in a lot of Airbnbs they do that, and it always makes me feel like somebody's sleeping in the Airbnb with you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like those videos on Twitter of like the host randomly like coming out of a secret door behind a bookshelf and they're like only have a towel on?
I mean, that literally happened to us when we went to Chicago.
What?
Yeah, the host just slept in secret in that one Clue house we stayed at.
That's fucking weird.
Like, we were just hanging out at one point during the night and we just hear some weird noises and we're like, what the fuck is happening? And then he just comes out.
Yeah, it was awful. And then I fucking finally get to Chicago the next day and I'm like, Charlie, what the fuck? That hotel sucked. And he's like, yeah, I just didn't want to ruin your day anymore. I'm like, you bastard.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I would not have lied to you though. I'm a real one. I would have fucking told you, oh, you're gonna have an awful night, dude.
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna try to fucking kill you.
I would have laughed at you over the phone as well.
I would have seen you. I would have pushed you down the stairs.
Better to have the expectation that it's going to be shit rather than a ray of hope that immediately is dashed.
Yeah.
Passable bed, maybe? Nope.
You're lucky they gave you something instead of, because sometimes all they'll do is like, here's a voucher for a hotel, and then it's like, oh, I guess, yeah, you have to pay for the rest.
I would have been fucking livid if they, I mean, I was still mad. Like,
yeah, I'd still be fucking pissed.
Holy shit, if I just only got a voucher after fucking wasting like 20 hours of my time.
Have you ever had to do like the overnight at the airport itself?
No.
Oh, staying at the airport? You mean like sleeping at the airport?
Yeah, in the chair.
Fuck that.
That was another thing. There's no fucking there's fuck all seating in Houston Airport.
What?
Yeah. Everywhere I went, there was like no seats left. It was everything packed. There was just not enough at all.
I'll say like there are very few airports where like I go and there's like no seats, but the ones I've like gone to airports where baggage claim doesn't even have seats to sit at. Like it's just fucking standing room only. Like they don't even provide it.
Cool.
I'm glad that's not the norm, and I can specifically say shit airport.
At least somebody didn't try to break in, and at least your bed wasn't full of worms.
Actually, I don't think he knows. Did you check for worms?
No, I didn't check for one.
Yeah, did you look for the guy from Clickholding?
Yeah, I made sure he was there.
He made me comfortable.
Yeah, made sure he's at his chair.
He was watching the door. Made sure nobody broke in.
That's what the chair is there for. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Bro, you had access to American TV. You could have turned on Cartoon Network and watched Wee Baby Bears, and you chose not to.
Howdy! This episode of Please Stop Talking is brought to you by Fitbod. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen me talk about my fitness and weight loss journey since 2021. I've lost a total of 30 pounds so far, but since I started using Fitbod, that actually went down another 5, and it's all thanks to the app keeping me accountable and giving me fresh curated exercises every time I go to the gym. I've never been really good at keeping up with a workout plan, but Fitbod makes it really easy by giving me a personalized workout routine based on my goals, fitness level, and available equipment within the time restraints I have. As I'm talking right now, my Fitbod gave me an hour-long workout which focuses on working my freshly recovered muscles and has dumbbell lunges, shoulder presses, balance trainer push-ups, and more. My favorite thing about this app is that it tracks my muscle recovery so I don't burn myself out and has over 1,000 demonstration videos, so I don't accidentally drop the dumbbell on my foot and let out a big ol' ouch! Lock in and stay focused. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/PSD. That's fitbod.me/PSD. And now back to the show.
I think I remember the blacksmith story. I was trying to like internalize it.
Do you remember it?
So back in high school, I was like the token poor kid. I.e. like there was a group of rich kids and I would hang out with them and I would be like the poor kid because I was like a theater kid.
I was like, Brendan, you grew up in Iowa.
Damn!
You're way more than just one.
What do you mean by that?
Oh no,
Well,
but like, okay.
wait.
So,
There's
but
a lot
like,
of
I would
poor
hang out with
people.
the poor kids. Like, I'd go over to my friend Cyrit's house, and yeah, he was also poor, and his mom would be upstairs RPing as a vampire mistress on Second Life, right?
Yo, that's actually awesome.
That's the
though.
real
What
thing
fuck?
that happened. Like, she would literally just be up on there playing Second Life and RPing as a vampire mistress.
Oh, do you think she's on VR chat now?
Bro, she was moaning through the door into her microphone. Let me tell you the
Bro.
fucking nightmares.
Oh, dude, I miss Second Life. Is that still are people still hang out on
No,
there?
there's going to be a PlayStation Home revival. Don't worry about it.
PlayStation. You can't. No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
PlayStation Home is coming back, and I am setting myself up as Dark Master 4-5. If you meet me in the vampire halls of PlayStation Home,
Be nice.
please. I'm summoning a coven.
By moaning
Like
very loudly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the dark halls of PlayStation Home.
You're the guy that made that friend group feel better about their lives, is what
Basically,
you're saying.
yeah. So, like, my friends, like,
God.
everybody else lived in the country club, which is, like, the nice part of my town. Like, one of my friends, his dad was the richest guy in town, so he had, like, the biggest house in country club. He owned the steelworks here in town, and I'd hang out with all of the rich kids and just be like, I'm going to steal so much food from you, and you will never know how much food I'm stealing from you. You will never know the reason I bring a backpack over to your house is to steal from your fridge.
Are you serious? You would go into their fridge and just
I'd go into
steal
their
the
pantry
cheese?
and I'd just start grabbing food. They never fucking knew because they had a fucking pantry. I didn't have a pantry. Who the fuck has a pantry?
Oh, they must have been like so pissed that every time they tried to eat a Kraft single, they had none.
Anyway, so like one of the kids I would hang out with, it's either like Cole or Mick Cole or something. Basically, he was an only child and both of his parents were doctors, so they spoiled him rotten. They built him a blacksmithery in his garage.
Jesus.
So like this is like spoiled
Like
rich
actual
kid. Yeah,
forge?
like an actual, like they were building him forges. And so one
Is that
day,
what the fucking Middle Ages? What the fuck?
I talk him into like he just kept talking about Brendan. One day I'm going to make you a leather gauntlet. I'm going to make you a leather gauntlet. It's going to be so epic. And I'm like, yeah, man, cool. He never made the leather gauntlet because he was also one of those kids who wouldn't stick to a project. So he'd be like working on this or that or this or that, and he'd always like fucking like jump off and be like, oh no, dude, sorry, I'm too busy making a spreadsheet for like I don't know, my mom's shower cycle or something. Like I don't.
That's not something I ever want to think about.
Yeah, because she needed it for fucking Second Life.
He was a weird kid, but like I would text him and he'd take me to McDonald's and buy me McDonald's. So I'm like, you're all right, man. You pay for McDonald's and I get free McDonald's from you. I'll hang out with you until you're cool. Yeah, one day I told him, like, you have all this LARPing equipment. We should actually gather people and get LARPing. So I started calling up a bunch of people and we went out to the local park and he had blacksmithed himself a full set of like LARPing gear built with like leather, but also pillows, and everybody else was just using them.
So are you saying that he also did leather working?
He did leather working and he made like
what?
he did leather working, but he also like incorporated all of his blacksmithery stuff into LARPing gear. So like a lot of the only LARPing gear we had was the stuff he would make. So when he arrived, he brought this big steel barrel of like LARPing swords, warhammers, and hammers. Dude was like fucking like going ham on this shit. Basically built a giant like project into his mind and said, I have to complete this. I have to do this. This is what I will do. And so we get to the field. It's like there's like 10 or 12 of us. Nobody's magic. And literally what happens is I grab a double-handed, I think it's a two-handed sword, and I just start wailing on him the entire time. I was running around and I just spot him and I just start beating the fuck out of him with this two-handed sword, and he just fall on the ground and goes, stop, pause, and I'm just fucking wailing on him.
Jesus Christ, were you working some shit out?
McDonald's,
I don't
bro.
know. I just thought it was funny. He was the most like set up person, so everybody'd be having fun, and I just spot him, and I'm like, enemy spotted, and I just start fucking running towards him as fast as I could. I just fucking would wail on him. I had like tunnel vision about it.
That reminded me, we had kid LARPing as well when we were kids, and we had like these big weapons made out of PVC and like foam. At one point, one of the kids like stopped the LARP and told everybody, come check this out. This is the weirdest shit. It just brought me back. I haven't thought about this in years. But this fucking kid, at one point, he's just on the top of this slide and he's like, check this out. And he just started pissing on the slide and letting it like go down the slide. And he made all of us watch.
Did he fucking slide down the slide afterwards? He's like, look how fucking fast I go now.
Frictionless piss.
No, he just pissed and made us watch, and he was like an older kid.
Oh,
and
no.
he was older by like 2 years. It was not that crazy. I haven't thought about that in so long, and now I'm just thinking about watching this fucking kid pissing down a
I
slide.
can't believe we unlocked memories in your mind of the PP slide.
Oh, I mean, there's a story that's worse than that happened to me. I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast before, but at one time I remember we were this is when I was in kindergarten, and it's one of my core memories because I was too young to remember most things, but I remember this so specifically because it was so fucking insane to me at the time. We were on a field trip, and everybody had their little backpacks and their little snacks, and we were like walking around because we're fucking toddlers. And I just remember one of the kids in front of me, I was like I think I was bullying him or something, because I don't know, fucking when you're a toddler, you're a
fucking
shit.
love bullying.
Yeah, I love bullying. I do it all the time. And I just remember like pushing this kid around. I'm sorry, it's so nasty. At one point, I just push him. I push him, and I was like, give me your backpack. And I opened his backpack, and he just like, dude, this is so insane. He had a fucking turd in his backpack. he had like dog shit in his backpack.
He was collecting specimens.
I remember being so grossed out. And that's where the memory ends. And my brain, I sometimes it comes back in my head, and I'm like, why did this fucking kid had a fucking dog turd in his fucking backpack? His Scooby-Doo backpack, nonetheless.
Bro, I had a friend in like elementary school, and I remember he would like, we'd be like walking around the town, and every once in a while he'd be like, okay, tell me if you see any white dog turds.
What?
He just got
What
really
do you mean
obsessed
white
about
dog
like
turds?
this idea of like finding a white dog turd. You know when like a turd gets like bleached in the sun and it becomes like white and chalky.
Yeah.
He had seen one once, and now he had become obsessed.
No.
Fuck, what is it? Skylar? Yeah, Skylar had become obsessed with
my
like finding
God,
the white
of course.
dog turd.
Of course his name was Skylar. Are you fucking kidding me?
He had become absolutely ensconced with this idea of finding the white dog turd. And one day he comes into school and he says, Brendan, I found it. Do you want to see it? And I'm like, the mythical white dog turd? Hell yeah. He opens up his backpack. It's just sitting right there. And I'm like, that's cool, man. He's like, I know.
You're fucking kidding.
No.
You also had a poop backpack kid.
Yeah, is it basically, but like this was 100% like I knew what was going on. Like he was looking for it. He was seeking it out. It was a treasure for him. It was a cherished object.
A cherish. Do you think he still has it?
I'm assuming he still has it on some kind of plaque or pillar somewhere, sitting on a marble column.
He put it in a.
Thinking about his success.
He framed it in a plaque. Dude, kids are fucking nasty.
He made a diorama with it. Yeah, he just.
More like a diarrhea.
More like a diarrhea-rama. Oh shit.
Speaking of diarrhea.
Poopy and educational.
Patreon questions.
Oh. That was good. That was a good segue.
That was a good one.
Because all your questions are stupid. And if you want to ask good questions, you go to Patreon.
You have to pay us for us to berate your dumbass questions we hate. If you're part of the $5 tier on our Patreon, you can ask a question for the Q&A. I feel like Brendan would probably have one. Pharmacy Fruit Bat asks, what's the best/worst intrusive thought you've acted upon? I feel like I knew you would start. That's such a fucking Brendan question.
Okay.
Because I think you might be one of the only people where you don't have intrusive thoughts. You just have the thoughts and you act.
So when I was a kid, there are a couple at my grandparents' trailer that I immediately come to mind, and they're at the same trailer and in the same time period, so they like kind of go together. One time I had just got done reading this is when I want to say like below 10, maybe like 9 or 10 around there. And my grandparents' trailer, I got this idea in my head that I should steal spray paint and spray paint sigils on the door to try to like send myself to a different realm. And I got in a lot of trouble because I was just spray painting different sigils on the door. When my grandma gets home, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's just me with a gray spray paint can just fucking, I'm going to go to that magic place. I'm going to go to the magic place, because they had a door leading to the outside of the trailer with no steps. So it was like, if I magic the door, I'll open it and go to like Narnia, or I'll go to a different world.
Reality shifting.
Yeah, I was like, this is the intrusive thought. The second one was there was no running water in the sink in my grandparents' trailer for a while. So I thought, I will be smart about this. So I would take my Tasmanian devil plastic sippy cup, dip it in the toilet bowl, and that's where clean water is. As long as I flushed before I did it, it was clean.
That's so smart.
Kids with poop and pee and shit.
Third intrusive thought in that same era was Magnet Man, but I think I've already told that story in this podcast where I got the idea to hot glue magnets to my head and my hands to climb the fridge.
Yes. You have 100%.
I've never heard that.
That's fucking amazing.
God, well, and also one time in the same area, I did just try to climb the fridge in that same era, and a big knife fell on my toe and cut my big toe in half, and I had to walk like no pain, splooshy, from like leaking a bunch of blood from my big toe over to my grandpa who's sitting on the couch. I just pointed at it and said, hey, look at that. He went, what the fuck did you do?
One of my intrusive thoughts, it's not like that crazy, but I don't usually do this, but I was very drunk, and it was at 100, of course it was, but it was at a 100 Gex concert very recently, and I just saw this dude, and I never do this. I never start like I talked with people, but I never like start really. I just saw this guy, and he had this cool vibe. He was dressed like very similarly to me, with like the punk battle vest and like all the jewelry, and I just saw it and I was like, you know what? I don't know this dude. I'll just buy him a beer and see where it lands. Where it goes. So I was just like, hey man, want a beer? And then he was like, oh yeah, dude, thank you. And then like we go get a beer, and then we're talking through the first act, which was, I think it was Machine Girl, and that was insane because Machine Girl climbed on top of the amps, and then security had to like try to tell Machine Girl to get down from the amps, and they were like, no! And this dude and I, we're just hanging out, and at one point I point to his, like, he has this really cool metal font necklace, and I'm like, oh, what does that say? And he just says, oh, it says cum slut. I love cum. And I was like, okay. He buys me a drink, and then I buy him a drink, and like we just keep talking during the first acts. And eventually he just turns around to me, and he like after the 100 Gex show, and he just turns to me and he's like, so can you suck my dick? Could I suck your dick? Could we go to the bathroom and we could suck dicks? And I was like, oh, I've misread this situation. I thought we were just homies. And I just left. That's it. I got scared then. It was like I was married. I wasn't gonna.
Oh wow.
I was married.
I didn't know when this happened. Okay.
No,
chill.
it was like this year. And I don't know. I thought he was a cool guy, and we were talking about a bunch of really cool
He
stuff.
sounds like a cool guy.
He loved. To be fair, like now that I think back, I feel like all the signs were there because he kept talking about cum.
He's like, yeah, I really love dick and cum. You're like, oh, this guy's a friend.
I was
my
so
boy.
drunk, man. I was just like on a few shots, and in my head, I was just like, well, this dude loves cum. Everybody has their little thing.
He's just like me for real, for real.
Maybe he's just got a special interest. I don't know. Hyperfixated.
I just like to check the viscosity of it. It's not a sex thing. I just like to check the viscosity. What's your diet? Write it down for me.
I don't want to know what his diet was, but he loved cum.
It's all pineapple.
Oh, he would have hated me. I'm allergic. Do you two over there, do you have one?
Nothing that comes to mind. I've definitely done a lot of dumb stuff drunk, but like I can't think about like
Right, because I don't think it's intrusive thoughts. I think it's
Yeah.
just a thought you have when you're drunk and you just do it because you're like, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen?
I've definitely thrown my phone out of like the car window, and that's what I think of when I think of intrusive thoughts, where it's like I'm going to throw my phone out the car window, and then I do it, and I'm like, wait a minute, stop, I gotta get my phone.
Why would you do that?
I have like really like dumb thoughts that I don't act on, but like I also get like real kind of intrusive thoughts with the OCD. The closest I can think to this is when I was a kid. In kindergarten, you know how I don't know if I've told this story before, but like you know how like a lot of kindergarten bathrooms will like have a dedicated bathroom per classroom.
Yeah, because if a kid has to go, they're just not gonna have enough time to fucking.
For some fucking reason, like there was like a kid in the boys one who kept peeing in like the fucking corner of the bathroom. A person would keep like having to like come out. It's like someone peed in the fucking corner again.
Oh, no.
And then it came down to like the sit down with where they're like, listen, we don't need to know who did it, but you have to stop, otherwise we can't let you keep using the bathroom. The janitors are mad. And for some reason, I decided to come out and tell the truth and raise my hand in front of the class like it was me the whole time. I don't know why I started doing it. I just I did it.
Oh, you did it.
I don't know why I was doing it. I think I was just like fucking like not even thinking. There was no emotion attached to it. Just wanted to pee in the corner instead of the toilet.
I just remembered. Never mind. Oh, I have no excuse for the things I do because I just remembered something I did that was not similar, just fucking stupid. I was really drunk and my friend was with me. And we were at a bar. We were pissing at the urinals and he was next to me and I was just like, this is probably the funniest thing ever. I should probably do this. And I just like, you know how it went. I just like fully dropped my pants instead of just like, what am I saying?
Do you
get what I mean?
I know
like,
what you mean.
I just dropped my pants fully instead of just like having my dick out.
You peed in public like you usually would pee at home.
And somebody came in the bathroom.
They're like, man, what a fucking baller. Goddamn. That guy's fucking.
They were probably like, holy shit, that's
also
hilarious.
straight up a scene in Letterkenny too. That happens. Yeah, it's I think it's a urinal scene, and then one of the guys walks in and he just pulls his pants all the way down to start pissing at the urinal, and the other two guys leave.
Did kids used to do that at like primary school?
Oh, all the time. That's why in my brain I was like, this is hilarious. It's just me and my boy pissing. I'll make him laugh, and then I just dropped my pants fully, and then he saw my ass and he laughed. Then somebody else came in, and it was not so funny because then I felt like a moron.
I think like the only intrusive thing I can think of recently is, or not legally, not recently, is like like being drunk. Like I'd pick. There'd be like a construction going on, and I just like, oh, there's a cone. I should pick that up, and then I like pick it up, and then I like walk 2 blocks, and I'm like, I don't want this, and I just put it down. That's
like funny, goofy, no harm. Like that's just like so like harmlessly stupid. I love it. I don't want this cone anymore.
Billy, didn't we have a cone moment on one of the Colorado
yes, I did
trips?
That. I was gonna say I did the exact same thing, except I don't have I was not drunk. I just did it because I was like, I would love a cone.
Was it me or Charlie that were like, you got to put that back?
It was you.
It was me. It was me.
It was me.
I was like, I took it away from you. Of course it was you. Put it back.
I put it in the car, and then you while I went to the bathroom, you took it back.
I did
Brendan,
take it back, yeah.
If they didn't want us to take them, why did they put so many out?
They would have put a sign that said free cone. If there was a sign that said free cone, it would be okay.
Fuck, he's got us.
Imagine, all right, somebody has a long day at the construction job work factory, and they're like, God, I can't wait to get back to work
Construction
tomorrow.
job
Look at my
work
beauty.
factory.
They're so excited to get back to their construction job work factory and see their beautiful arrangement of cones. But alas, one of the cones has been stolen, and he looks at his canicular budget, and there's no money. There's no room to buy more cones. He goes home. His wife leaves him. He loses his 3 ferrets. He's done. He's dusted. Bro is crashing out because you took that cone. Think of the butterfly effect, huh? Or maybe even the margarine fly effect. Grow up and be better.
Oh, nice. Margarine.
You cannot stop me from stealing cones. It's just a harmless act. You just take it home.
And stop signs. Like,
Oh yeah, no, stop signs. Actually,
Stop signs are totally
the
okay.
most-
You should take as many as you want.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's actually that's an actual the funniest thing ever.
Legally, we are joking.
Of
Legally
course we're
speaking.
joking. What the fuck? Unless you're
Yeah.
willing to do it, wink. No, that's also a joke. We're full of jokes. Come on. Happy International Podcast Day.
Road work ahead. I sure hope it does.
I'm reading the last one you put in Patreon questions. What the hell is a crack ship?
Oh, a crack ship? Crack ships are like, this is perfect for me. It's like,
Is this an AO3 thing?
yes. It's like really stupid pairings in fictional media. A lot of them are like, just there's levels of crack ship where like they're just 2 characters who like don't interact in a series at all. So why the fuck are you putting them together?
Cameron and Stinger Flynn.
And then there's like fucking Obama x Rainbow Dash type shit.
Okay.
I feel like crack ships wouldn't be that funny if it's just like 2 characters from a series that are like drastically different. I feel like it needs to be characters that would be awful for each other.
I mean, the question pertains another member of the podcast with a character from fictional media. So I
Can
said,
somebody read it properly though? Because
I just wanted to know what it was before I read it in case it was like something fucked. Tristan McCall asks, if you could each crack ship another member of the podcast with a character from fictional media, who are you choosing and why?
oh, with fictional media. Oh, fuck.
I posit Cameron and Stinger Flynn
What is
Who
Stinger
the
Flynn
fuck's
again?
Stinger
from
Flynn?
Garden of Ban.
Oh,
Oh,
you, man.
fuck you. In that case, I mean, I feel like it would be a bunch of bands, though.
You get one of the Fazbears, but not the Fazbear. Oh, wait, are they all
How many
Fazbears?
fucking Fazbears
No,
are
I don't
there?
know.
You get Glamrock Freddy.
Me? Who would get Glamrock Freddy? I've seen him in porn. and
Gregory, you have to wake up. The accident wasn't your fault, Gregory.
Who's the chicken?
Chica, Toy Chica, Withered
Chica.
Chica.
That's you. That's you. Who I'm shipping with Brendan. Fuck you.
This is a very large range, Cameron. They can be very like
You get the chicken.
Toy
God.
Chica's hot.
Oh.
Original Chica, not so much. Withered Chica is hot if you're into that.
I just realized we're like, Karen and I are in this call with 2 people who actually know about this stuff. This is an evil fucking day for us.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know about Fazgoo?
Fazbear.
Is this like the fucking Prometheus black goo that turns you into Freddy Fazbear?
Have you ever heard of Matt Pett in canon getting like pregnant with Springtrap's child?
Getting pregnant, yeah. They have the
What do you
impregn
mean?
in there.
What do you mean, canon?
In the FNAF
in
books.
the books.
What do you mean in the books he's pregnant?
In the books, he's pregnant.
Yeah,
FNAF books?
Yeah, and in the books, he's pregnant.
Bro, I have like 5 of them on my shelf.
Oh my god, what the
All unopened because they're gonna go up in value.
What a fucking strange flex.
I was gonna make a video on them, but then like resale value.
There's 12 books!
There's books.
I'm more surprised by the fact that grown ass man owns them.
Business expense.
Business.
Bro, I'm like in canon married to Springtrap online. Like, what the fuck do you think this is?
Do you ever just fucking wonder what your life could have been?
No, not really. This is kind of how I wanted it.
I want it to be fake. Okay, crack ships. We are so far, man. We're so far. Crack ships. Okay. Let's go through us. Brendan.
Again, Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's. They deserve each
Not
other.
crack enough.
That's not crack enough.
It's not crack enough considering who Brendan is. I'm gonna say Pico's gun from Friday Night Funkin', but only the gun, and it has like 1 bullet in the chamber.
Ooh, I have worse than that. The fuck your hand, Brendan, and the atomic heart hand that's really horny. No, the fridge that's horny.
Okay, that's it. Billy and the Two-Headed Man from Callisto Protocol.
Which one, Brendan?
Which of the four is he?
There's like four.
Both of them. How about an amalgamation? How about we hit up the four-headed man?
Shit.
What if they
Oh my
say,
God, Billy.
what the fuck is
Billy,
wrong?
press left. Billy, press left.
You have to dodge.
You have to press left.
I'm actually getting the worst one. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Mandy and Shane Carpenter from Haze.
You're just on that shit right now, man. Did you open a mint as you said that? Please tell me you opened a mint as you said
Yeah,
that.
let me pull up I opened up an Ada Haze mint again. I'm so fucking fucked up on nectar. I'm Booshin.
Cameron and the fictional version of David Cage in Fahrenheit.
Fuck off, man.
Cameron and the primordial voice from Disco
No,
Elysium.
David Cage, but he's wearing fucking he's wearing the heavy rain lady protagonist's fucking underwear from the start of the game.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he has to go to the shower 5 times in a row.
I can't believe I was checking AO3 and I just saw there's a 4,000 word fan fiction about Cameron and the crash test dummy from Indigo Prophecy.
Oh. The crash
Fucking tutorial? You talking about the tutorial dummy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say Cameron and Kia D. Mundi,
Why do
but
I
you're
have
one
so
of his
many?
5. You're one of his 5 wives, so you don't really get a lot of attention from him.
You keep talking about fucking Chica. I feel like Quite's really hard though. Quite is one of the because you would feel at home with anybody. If I'm honest.
Kwite and Jimmy Carter.
That's just disrespectful.
That's a good one.
He turned 100.
Fictional. That's true.
Oh yeah, I forgot the caveat.
We forgot
He
the.
is fictional. What are you talking about?
It's true. Yeah, nobody's
That's fucking
100.
real.
That's crazy.
Is he like the only non-war criminal president?
No, he was still a war criminal.
Aw.
Every American president is a war criminal. It's just part of the parcel. Sorry.
I thought that's why you only won 1 term, because then, like, you know, war criminal audience not really appeased.
No war. Can't win a second term.
No, they just hated that he owned a peanut farm. They just really hated his peanut farm.
Skelly Copter asks, what is your favorite guilty pleasure bad movie?
Kung Pao under the fist.
Master of Disguise.
That one also gets right there. That one's also tops for me.
I don't know if Kung Pao I would say is like it's not a bad movie. I feel like because it is what it wants to be.
Scorpion Thunderbolt.
Scorpion Thunderbolt is a good one.
I watched Madam Web earlier this
Oh,
year.
that one too. I would put
and-
that one in there too.
Dude, it's made me watch like 5 other bad movies in hopes of like rekindling what I felt watching Madam Web.
Do you like the scene where she leaves the kids in the woods? She's gone for
Yes.
like 2 weeks to like travel to the jungle, and then she comes back from the jungle, and it's like the kids were only there for an hour.
Wait, I know she travels to the jungle, but was that while they're
I
in
thought
the
it was
woods?
while the kids were in the
No,
woods. Weren't they in the
was
woods?
it?
I thought it was while they were in the woods. I remember it being while the kids were in the woods.
It might
and it feels
have
like she
been. There's
travels
so
for like
many
an hour.
things that happen in that movie that make fucking zero sense. It's great. It's
Cameron, I have a shot in the dark suggestion for something that might work. Spider-Man Lotus.
I don't want to watch that fucking movie. I really don't want to watch that movie.
What the hell is that?
Spider-Man Lotus is a fan film.
No,
where-
I'm out. That's it. I hear fan film and it's a Marvel fucking never mind.
Wasn't it made by a racist
The guy who played Spider-Man apparently like had
or
some-
sexist? I can't remember.
It might have been both. It's been a minute.
It's been, yeah.
Oh, the classic. Both.
But I remember hearing about the fucking commentary where they're just shitting on the women that they got to play Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy being bad at acting or something like
my
that,
God.
which is crazy.
John Watts DM'd the director saying, "Hey man, I think good luck. Looks cool." And then like the director of the fan film getting, encouragement from the director of the actual movies right now is like, "My shit's gonna be way fucking better than John Watts. You fucking fucking hate John Watts."
God.
What would be for me that I have so many bad movies that I love? It would be lame if I said The Happening again. But I really like The Happening. You know what? I really like The Happening because it's so fucking bad. It's good.
What?
No, I like the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. Trap is also a fucking massive piece of shit, and I think it's so fucking funny. I don't understand how people watch these movies and genuinely think these are good.
He's back.
Trap and The Happening have the exact same vibe. The exact same vibe where Josh Hartnett just like sounds like he's on another fucking planet. He doesn't even sound human in that fucking movie. It's so bad. It's great. I love it. I love a good M. Night romp.
M. Night Parmesan, because he's cheesy.
My favorite thing, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Madam Web. My favorite thing is that she's a fucking EMT nurse. Just like hates people.
She hates children. Remember when at the start of the movie they save like that kid's dad and he like brings her a drawing and she's like, I don't fucking want this. Get it away from me.
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
She gets a drawing for saving like this fucking kid's dad, and like it's like, and the kid goes up to her and is like, "Thanks for saving my dad," and she's like, "Oh, gross." And then she says to her like friend, she's like, "Ooh, where's the closest garbage bin? I want to throw this out."
Dude, I think that was like the best part is that I'm pretty sure that type of like dialogue was just how uncooperative Sydney Sweeney was being on set because she got duped into being in that fucking movie.
No, Dakota Johnson, but yes,
Dakota Johnson. That's
Dakota Johnson is the best in that movie because it's clear in every scene she does not want to be there and thinks it's fucking stupid. Like it's so great.
Did you like the part where they weren't allowed to say Peter Parker, but the baby at the end? They zoom out at the very end and the curtains look like spider webs.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, because his parents are in the movie.
Wait, is Madam Web Sony?
Anything Spider-Man is Sony.
Yeah, it's the Spider-Verse, bro.
It's Sony, but they weren't like they didn't want to call the baby Peter Parker. They didn't want to call Adam Scott Ben Parker, so they just call him Ben. I don't think they ever say the last name Parker in the movie. It was really odd, and it was like, I thought Sony owned this. Were they not like allowed to directly like reference Peter Parker Spider-Man?
No, I don't. Yeah, they keep doing Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in it. It's awesome. Let them cook.
Dude, it's just like
Let them cook.
We're gonna get Krang the Hunter.
it hurts me because there's just really good villains that will never be used in a Spider-Man movie with Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, we're getting an R-rated Kraven the fucking Hunter movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I forgot about that. It looks really awesome, actually.
It's been delayed like 3 times.
Yes, dude. That's the mark of quality.
Dude, I am just waiting for one of these like fucking like slop sludge fucking movies to just end up being a fucking like visionarial like piece. One of these days, it'll happen. One of these days.
I'm just saying, watch Madam Web.
Don't say a word.
You kind of make me want to watch it now, if I'm honest. Like it sounds awful.
You should. I genuinely think it's a great time. It's like if it's a high budget fucking The Room, and I mean that's going too far probably, but like it's really,
yeah, I was gonna
like,
say, I don't know.
I could imagine rewatching this in cinemas like a year from now and like bringing spoons or something, you know,
Dude
like
just called Madam
To like
Web
scoop your
cinema.
own gray matter out with.
yeah.
Well, no, because the big thing about watching The Room is everybody brings plastic spoons at room showings to throw it at the screen.
What would you bring to Madam Web?
Oh
child?
my god! No, you'd get the fucking like web blasters that you could buy.
Oh yeah! I'm getting convinced, dude. That sounds awesome.
No one swings. There's no whip.
Wait, evil Spider-Man crawls on the subway ceiling.
Yeah, he does crawl. I don't know if he doesn't swing.
The best part about Madam Web is that in the comics, she's like blind and a paraplegic.
I don't want to spoil it for you quite, but it's her origin story, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold.
I've never wanted to watch a movie more in my life. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Hollywood does it again. Oh, wait, did you even?
I said Master of Disguise.
You said Master of Disguise?
Yeah.
You call that movie bad?
Don't start.
Not with me.
I didn't say it was bad. I said I was guilty.
Hello, slapping dummy man.
Is this the one where he found out about 9/11 while in the suit, or is this a different one?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even
it
want
is.
to get
It is.
into it because people get so mad about if that's true or not.
Dana
I
Carvey
don't-
said on a podcast
It's the
what
one.
happened.
If it
I
did
know,
happen,
it's
it would.
driving me insane.
What about Master of Disguise makes it good to watch?
The part where he says "Hello, slapping dummy man," and then he's like a little tiny dude pops out of the slapping dummy man. He's like, "Oh, slapping dummy
The fucking
man."
the ghillie suit disguise is still peak. Like And I don't know, I still like quote the hand smacking thing, and like his mom also being like really cool and like being the shit of the guy that's gonna kill her like when the hands are coming out of the sink.
12 kids go into the water, 8 kids come out of the water. The ice cream man, he take the rest.
You know what you should do?
The world a favor and take myself out.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. This episode would not have been possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Bland But Funny, Boo Boo Lou, Brain Soup, Brass, Cassandra Crash, Chips, Chris Chapman, DX Studios, Edward McMillan, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Geef, Generic Phoenix, Guy Beam, Invictus Echo, Jaybird, Lambda Man, Leo the Geotech, Mr. Starchy, Mr. Shirt, Pharmacy Fruit Bat, Preston Husk, Random Diamonds, Rat Supreme, Ryan Rocket, Spherical May, The Frostace, Toku Terra, Ulbert, Will9455, and Woodstock. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.